Stan, you ever notice Maddle's up at 7:30 a.m. actually being productive?
Yeah. While we're still deciding if eating gummy bears is a mindfulness practice.
But seriously, man, Kindness Rising isn't just a show. It's a full wake-up vibe.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
So don't hit snooze, people. Wake up with Kindness Rising, and as always, stay uncommon, stay kind.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. Ahoy, my mateys. Every week, our little buddy Gilligan tried to get off the island, and every week he failed. And we loved him for it. Today on Kindness Rising, we're closing out our failure week with the fandom that made failure funny, plus Cal and Stan's, their neighborhood talent show finale. And spoiler alert, it's not going as well as we had hoped. It all started with a little social fail from Stan.
Fellas, what the hell have you gotten yourself into this time? This can't be good.
Somebody had to save the neighborhood from bad karaoke.
He yanked the cord out of the speaker.
I call it responsible party management.
Stan, dude, maybe next time try earplugs before sabotage?
Well, let me tell you, that little sabotage turned into the brilliant idea to host a talent show right there in the neighborhood. And today is the day of the talent show. I know Cal and Stan are out there getting their last minute preparations ready. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from them throughout the show. Michael Hers, welcome. Good morning. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that you're here on our Fandom Friday, where we're talking about Gilligan's Island, all woven throughout the show. If you've got memories of little buddy and the skipper, let me know. Get into it in the comments. Thanks, Mike Hers. Lady Drew, you're out there, of course. We love to see you. I don't know if you got into Gilligan's Island or not, but I'd be interested in your thoughts. You always have interesting things. And Mike Sullivan, San Francisco boy out there doing his thing. Let's hear from you today, Mike, all about Gilligan's Island. I really don't know much about you, Mike. Do you know Gilligan's Island? Are you a Gilligan's Island guy? I know we got a lot of folks here in GenX. I don't know where you stand, Mike. How about Buzzy B Driven? Bernard, good morning. I am so glad you are here with us. All the OGs getting into it on a Fandom Friday where we are talking about Gilligan's Island. Welcome into the Fox Den. We are talking about this fandom. Week after week, the professor had a plan and Gilligan bungled it, and the whole Castaway crew stayed stuck. And yet we tuned in, not for the escape, but for the laughter, the community, and the kindness that carried them through. All this week, Cal and Stan are out there trying to figure out what they're doing too. And I think we remember this little ditty here. Nope, not going to do it. I lied. But we do remember that Cal and Stan were getting all ready for the big talent show today. And Stan didn't treat the crew so nicely, but then figured out how to apologize at the end. That's what I was going to show you, but apparently I'm not. But here we are this morning. Happy Fandom Friday at Kindness Rising. I was missing the music. I knew there was something. This is our groovy little jam. This is becoming the Kindness Rising theme. I like it. I think it's cool. It's got a little bit of jam band vibe to it, a little bit of morning wake up. We create our music right here on Suno. I love Suno, still continue to play with it, building off of this vibe for our jam. Let me know if you like it or not. I always love feedback. All right, Gen Xers, we grew up with Gilligan's Island. We remember the coconut radios, the bamboo rafts, all the signal fires, and failure was guaranteed. But what mattered wasn't that they failed. It's that they failed together. That show taught us the hidden kindness in failure. The skipper always forgave Gilligan. The crew stuck together, and somehow Each flop they had became another story. That's why failure has always been part of the fandom. It builds connection, it builds memory, and it builds resilience. And when you look closely at each of those characters, they're stranded on the island, they showed kindness in their own way. Even the skipper, who's a little quick-tempered, a little frustrated easily with Gilligan, but he was always protective, especially with Gilligan. His kindness was in his loyalty, even when frustrated. Gilligan, clumsy, accident-prone, always a little silly, but he always put others first. His kindness came from selflessness, often bungling his own chance at comfort to help a friend. The professor, of course, was the voice of reason. His kindness was in patience, explaining the plan again and again, and never giving up on solutions. Mary Ann, the heart of the island, she offered encouragement, optimism, and kindness through care and everyday efforts. And then there was Ginger. You know the question's going to come up, Mary Ann or Ginger. I mean, this is like the dazed and confused connection. Guys out there, I'm sure you probably had a preference. Ginger, she's the glamorous movie star, but was always boosting morale with humor, charm, and distraction when the spirits ran low. And then there were lastly the Howls. Our selfish millionaires became not so selfish when it really mattered. Kindness always showed up in their generosity, sharing whatever resources they had, throwing their little parties to lighten the mood, even when they all were stranded. Their escape attempts failed every time, but the kindness between the characters is what kept them and us coming back. That's the real success story in all the flops. Looks like Cal and Stan are just about ready for the talent show. It's going to be interesting. Let's check in on them.
Dude, the neighborhood's here, and we're headlining our own history.
Yeah, right. This looks less like history and more like a garage sale with snacks.
Oh boy. I don't think it's off to a great start. One random dude standing around wondering what's going on, and a whole lot of stuff around him, but not much happening in terms of the talent. But there's a lot of talent right here on Kindness Rising, not necessarily in the chair, out there in that community, and the talent that people bring every day to their work. The people in nonprofits, charities, and social impact organizations that are out there making an impact in our world, and we always talk about them here on Kindness Rising. This one is Spotlight Anthem. Clever names I give these things. All right, Spotlight Anthem. Today we're talking about Gilligan's Island. We're weaving Gilligan into every single aspect of our show today. So why would we do anything differently with the Kindness Spotlight? When Gilligan's plans collapsed, the raft broke, the radio shorted out, or the signal fire fizzled, the crew always had to start again. That's resilience, and that's exactly what the company, the organization Mindfulness Without Borders teaches. They work with kids, teens, and entire communities to give people the tools for handling stress, frustration, and yes, even failure. Through workshops and programs in schools and community centers, they show that mindfulness isn't about perfection. It's about pausing, breathing, and coming back after the flop. Just like the castaways, we don't escape every island, but with resilience, we find our way through. All right. Our second spotlight comes to us. This one's a little special to me. I threw this one in because I'm like, we got to talk about one of my favorite places in the world. I'm sure some of you may even feel the same. It's more of a place than an organization, although there are organizations all over there supporting these places that you can help. My favorite place to find out information, borrow a book, maybe jump on the computer, look something up, look up a piece of information. It's our public libraries. Just in general, our public libraries. You've got one in your community. I know we've got ours, and we love our libraries. It's where we learned to explore and fail safely as we grew up in Gen Xers. Maybe you checked out a book that was too advanced for you, or got lost in the stacks, or printed a school paper right about 5 minutes before class, coming out on a dot matrix printer. Today, libraries have leveled up. They have maker spaces, coding labs, podcast studios, and even repair cafes for your tech. They've become modern day Gilligan's Islands, places where failed experiments are just steps on the way to discovery. Libraries remind us that community and curiosity are stronger than failure, and that every mistake is an invitation to learn. Get out there and support your public libraries. I know the people in this community, the kindest community on YouTube, are out there supporting the community and supporting their library. Mike Sullivan, you're Gen X 53 years old. I did not know that. Thanks for jumping in. Guess who else is Gen X 53 years old? Yo, we seem to be the 53 crew. You might want to check out Keith Billis over at Mornings in the Lab too, because he's a 53-year-old bringing it. I know you do. But I'm putting it out there for Keith. Absolutely. Lady Drew states, would have been a ginger. You're all glam out there, Lady Drew. All right, rocking it. I love that. Lightly used books to your local library. Thanks, Mike Sullivan. Absolutely. I appreciate that. We donate everything. We were just having this conversation. It was actually yesterday on Mornings in the Lab. They were talking about getting rid of stuff. I love getting rid of stuff. I do have special books that I keep, though. I love my books, the ones that I love. There's books that I come back to. I'm sure we'll be talking about books here on Kindness Rising. The stories are amazing, and I love to read. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for supporting Kindness Rising and for supporting Mornings in the Lab Network. We're building a network here where you can have your own show. If you want it, we will help you get it done. We'll help you on the buttons. We'll help you with your branding and your design. We'll help you with your scripting. We'll help you with it all. We'll get you started. It doesn't take much, but a little bit of courage. I know it took me courage to get started here, even with the hiccups and the burps. Took a little bit of courage for me to put myself out here. I know that, but I also know that it was worth every second. Every second. It's just about action. Get out there and take the kind action. Start your own channel. Reach out to me, Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. Reach out to Keith Billis. Check him out and start your channel today. Start your show. Your show, not your podcast. Not your little thing that you do once in a while when you feel like it. A show. It's a regular commitment. Sounds a little scary for starters, but it's not. What it does is it gives you a rhythm. Whether it's a weekly rhythm, a daily rhythm, something, an anchor to hook onto. And it's freaking fun, people. That's what I'm just telling you. It's fun. So I hope you can join me in having fun. If you want to know how, reach out to me. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I'm on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. You can find me, I promise, if you want, and we will be glad to help you. Here's the thing. Every Gilligan's Island gave us EAT before we knew the acronym. We talk about EAT here on Kindness Rising. It is our 5-ingredient recipe. I'm turning off the tunes because they're kind of starting to get a little long there. EAT is our 5-ingredient recipe for your personal brand. It stands for expertise, experience, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. It's what we do on Mornings in the Lab Network, and it's what you do too. I know you do. And they did it over there on Gilligan's Island because we are on a 30-minute tour, I guess, not a 3-hour tour. Experience. The skipper's steady hand kept the group grounded. Skipper brought experience. Expertise, we know who that is. That's got to be the professor. He had the know-how even when the plans flopped. Authenticity, Gilligan. Anybody more authentic than Gilligan? Goofy, clumsy, lovable. Trust. The castaways trusted each other as a crew. It wasn't just one character. They all had to trust each other in order to survive, all just surviving on an island, as well as all the zany madcap things that could possibly have ever happened. The castaway trusted each other enough to keep trying week after week. And finally, entertainment. It was pretty entertaining. I know I watched it on the regular. Why did I watch? Not for the success, but actually for the hilarious human mess of failure and the way they got themselves out of it with humor and heart. Maybe that was one of my influences right here on Kindness Rising. Having a little navigation issue as I'm trying to find my buttons. All right. Brands and people who lean into failure and humor and humanity are the ones that earn lasting loyalty. And I'm wondering how Cal and Stan are doing right now. Media assets. That's what I have to go to in order to find where Cal and Stan are. I'm just telling you. I don't know. I'm working my way around. Here we go. Oh my gosh. The show's been going wonderfully, I hear, and they're about to announce the finale.
Finale act, juggling plungers while singing Gilligan's Island.
We don't have flaming clubs. We have toilet plungers and citronella candles.
Stupid. I love it. I love it. All right, Cal and Stan. Oh my gosh. How do we know those plungers would turn into some kind of a disaster for them? They're something. All right. And here we go. We're going to talk about our little kindness compass here. It's our takeaway list. We always try to give you something to walk away with. We're about information, we're about education, and we're about entertainment. And we think we deliver all three here at Kindness Rising. And we always give you something to take away, something to think about, something to do. We'll talk about do next. But this is the 3 lessons, Gilligan's Island, Cal and Stan's talent show, and what they can teach us about everyday kindness. This is it right here. It starts with laughing with, not at the situation. Failure is funny, but kindness means laughing together, not tearing someone down. Keep your crew together. Plans fail, but people matter more. Stick with your crew, no matter the outcome. You will get through it together. There is power in community and in kindness. Try again tomorrow is our last little tip, our last lesson from Gilligan's Island. Every flop is just another attempt set up so that you can get ready to go. Because that's what we do. We take action every day, regardless of our failures, regardless of the challenges. It's a daily thing. Kindness gives us second chances. Be kind to yourself. Take a second chance and maybe try something again that you tried once before and failed. Those are the 3 lessons from Gilligan's Island. Roseanne Roof. I've heard that person before. Hey, Mom, always here for me. I appreciate you. Library is the language of moms and GenX. Like the 7 dwarfs always in trouble. That's true. That's true. Yep. Taking it back that far, Mom, to the 7 dwarfs for sure. And yes, libraries are the language of GenX and of moms. I will tell you, for us, we used to spend every Saturday morning with our kids. I've got 20-year-old twins. I've talked about them before here on Kindness Rising. And one of our favorite activities was Saturday mornings at the library. They brought the service animals, the pets, into the kids section of the library. And our kids used to, I have pictures. Oh my God, it's awesome. Our kids used to lay around on beanbag chairs and on the floor and in little chairs. It was so cute and sweet. And these dogs were amazing. And they would interact with the dogs and actually read to the dogs. It was so cool. So cool. That's a great memory that I have of libraries. And I hope you have great memories of libraries too. All right. What do we want to talk about next, huh, people? Anybody got any ideas? I've got lots of material. I'm just interested in what you have to say too. Mike Sullivan laughed at 3-hour tour. Yeah, 3-hour tour. I honestly, I was gonna sing. But then I decided to spare you all. Gilligan, child with 2 fathers, 2 mothers, and grandparents. All right. I don't know what that means. Okay. Is that you? Are you the child or he the child? I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Kindness Rising. We're your morning dose of hope, humanity, humor, and heart. We're keeping it a little loose today, just stream of consciousness, I guess, whatever's coming to my mind, and some of our Gilligan's fun. And actually, over on Mornings in the Lab this morning, Keith and John Anderson. I don't know if Marty's going to be there, but there's a crew over there getting ready for you to join them at 8 o'clock this morning. It's a free for all Friday. So God only knows what conversations are going to happen over there. Actually, probably Keith knows, but he'll at least get it started. And we'll see what happens. I may pop in. We'll see how timing goes. I love to interact with those guys. It's a great community we're building here at Kindness Rising and as part of the Mornings in the Lab network. And we want you to stick around with us, join us, and have all the fun and good times that we have too. All right. There are lots of trending creators out there, and they are doing all kinds of stuff related to Gilligan's Island. I'm not going to get into them specifically, but there's one dude out there who's actually reinventing the Gilligan's inventions the way that the professor did. It's kind of funny, and just trying these things out. It's kind of funny. And there's actually a funny story going around that I saw because I did a little research. The old ChatGPT helps out, and Perplexity is another great AI tool that we use here. There's a community theater who had the raft that they were riding on actually collapse, not just fake collapse or have a problem like they would on Gilligan's Island. And it was one of the funniest things. The crowd cheered louder than if the raft had worked. So there's fun in failure. That's the point. Let's see what's going on over there with our buddies Cal and Stan. They had a little mishap. I hope something helps them.
Congratulations, Stan. We've invented backyard fumigation theater.
Pause. Breathe in for 4, out for 4. Reset. Remember, every failure is just a rep for the mind.
Failure isn't the finale, it's fuel. Now take this bow, boys, and keep building your raft.
After all that, John Anderson did appear. They pitched him last Friday. I didn't even know if they ever even heard from him, but apparently he came in. AI John Anderson. We're building a lot of tools with AI here at Kindness Rising and in the Mornings in the Lab. We're leaning into it as a creative art and an empowering tool for us while we weave in our human existence. It's not going away. It helps us not just with our creativity, which we have fun with, but also with our efficiency. And obviously all the knowledge in the world is there. It's how you're able to pull it out and how you are able to utilize that information to improve humanity. That's what we do on Kindness Rising. That's the point of our use of AI here. Mike Hers, if you're still out there, I know you're the AI guy. I'm sure you would agree. Thank you all for sticking around this long with this ridiculousness with Gilligan's Island challenge and watching Cal and Stan too. I appreciate you. I am going to give you your challenge because I always do every week, every day. I give a little challenge. We like to move from thought to action here on Kindness Rising. And this weekend, I've got a challenge for you. When you or someone around you actually fails, don't just rush to fix it. Take a second to laugh, learn, and try again tomorrow. help people to try a second time. We all need that little bit of motivation, that little bit of boost when we fail. Kindness means letting failure be part of your story. Be kind to someone who fails and be kind to yourself, because if you're not failing, you're not trying. So please get out there and keep getting at it. I appreciate you all.
AI John just salvaged this disaster. Salvaged? Cal, he just headlined our show.
Neighbors, cheer them on, not because it was flawless, but because it was fearless. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay for Cal and Stan. Yay for John Anderson. Yay for me, Matthew Roof, the uncommon kindness guy, here on Kindness Rising. I am celebrating my 50th episode. I can't believe I've done this 50 times. Coming here every day has been an amazing experience for me. I love it. I'm not planning to stop. It gives me structure. It gives me meaning. It makes me feel like I'm having an impact. Whoever's out there listening, I'm here to help. I want to make your day better. I want to make it more positive. And we are here to have some fun in the morning before we get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends at 8 o'clock. So thanks for making the first 50 just an unbelievable experience. And let's go for 50 more and beyond. All right. So talk about our little bridge to Keith's show. Yep, we are building a network here. That's one of the things when you get a show on the Mornings in the Lab network, you get the network. That's vital. That's our vital differentiator, what we can do for you. Anyone can click the go live button, but can anyone put together a show that really tries to entertain, that has some value, that adds to the world, that uses the technology to leverage the technology to make our world a little bit better place? That's what we do here at Mornings in the Lab and at Kindness Rising. And I appreciate you all. So let's make that bridge right over to Keith right this morning. This morning on Mornings in the Lab, they're going to be talking about tactical empathy. It's the skillful, intentional use of empathy in leadership and negotiation. Former FBI negotiator Chris Voss, he coined the phrase, but really, it was what the skipper was practicing every time he forgave Gilligan, or the professor did when he explained another failed Raft plan. Had to get my Gilligan message in there. Tactical empathy means not just feeling for someone, but showing them you see their perspective and using that connection to move things forward. It's not manipulation, it's rapport. It's kindness applied with purpose. So head over there, Keith, John, and friends, to see how empathy used wisely can even turn a flop into forward motion. No.
Well, we didn't give them a Vegas show,
But we did give them wisdom.
from an AI stronger than bamboo.
All right. A little add-on from Cal and Stan as we head out of Failure Week. It's been an amazing week. Thank you for everyone who has stuck around. Gilligan's Island proved decades ago that failure isn't the end. It's the heartbeat of community. Cal and Stan's Neighborhood Talent Show crashed pretty hard, harder than Gilligan's Raft, but the real win is the laughter, the lessons, and the kindness we find when we flop together. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. Thank you for coming out to Kindness Rising. We are here every weekday, 7:30 a.m. on the Mornings in the Lab network, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We're streaming all those places. I hope you continue to come and join us. I encourage you, I implore you to continue to come and join us 7:30 a.m. every weekday. We're here for you. Next week, we're going to be talking about the 6 strings. I hinted at it throughout the week. This week, we're really going to dig into those 6 strings. We're still going to make them fun, but we have some structure and we do have things that we lean on here at Kindness Rising. We're going to put our GenX and our jam band twist on it. Cal and Stan are going to be there. And next week, I promise you the truth about the tooth. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay uncommon and stay kind.